Hey, it's Dr. Delvena. Hey, it's Dr. Delvena. Welcome to the dating game. Everyone views dating differently. How do we define dating? Does it vary from city to city, culture to culture? For some people, it produces a euphoria. For others, there are other things to be considered.
The word dating, when she mentioned it, once upon a time when I was in that scene, I'm married and I'm happily married and I love my husband.
All right now.
And
come over here.
I'm in my 40s, and when I was in my early 30s, at one point I had a little, that little down moment in life, like why nobody wants to talk to me or why he's not looking my way and yada yada yada. And I told myself no more. I'm not concerning myself with why and who and what, why they ain't looking in my way. I say, because the word dating, it's like a word, it feels like it's a word of pressure. Because when you say, oh, I'm dating someone, and you're expecting that extraness along with it. And I told myself, no more. I want to go out and enjoy someone's company, conversation, who they are. And then that's it, because I may learn something from him. You understand me? And I'm not looking for him to be my boyfriend. I'm not looking for him to sleep with me tonight. I just want someone I can have a conversation with and just bring me to another level.
Debunking the myths. Do what you gotta do.
Personally, I don't like dating. I don't call it dating. I just call it kicking it, going out with somebody, getting to know them, and enjoying the company. But I think a lot of times we already have in our mind, oh, I'm going to be married, I'm not going to date you, I'm not going to have sex, I'm not going to do this. Once you limit that, you're not presenting yourself to that person. You're only a figment of what you think that person wants you to be. And once you set yourself up like that, if you can't continue that process, it's just gonna end up crazy. You gotta be yourself, and I always believe in being yourself. That's the only way you're gonna point out who's with you on this. Be yourself. Stop pretending. People don't like to have sex on the first date. If you feeling that person, I say go with it. We're grown people. You use protection, do what you gotta do, but go with your feeling. I just hate that taboo and, oh, I'm gonna wait 90 days. No, because really you've already built up this thing to try to reel in that person, and when you're doing that, like I said, it's gonna end up some type of way that you're gonna be the opposite of what that person is, because you haven't opened up and gave them who you are. And I'm not saying tell them all your business and all of that stuff. There's a lot of stuff you should limit. I don't think women should go out and tell a man that, hey, if you're not for marriage and I don't want to go on a date. Come on, stop scaring your dates off. Stop doing that.
And the question people miss the most during the dating game: the average size of a man's penis. Flaccid.
So we might go in the room.
Yeah, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Oh, it's gotta be one. What do you think? The average size of a man's penis. Okay, what's your answer?
It's not the average. Not over. No, it's not. No, it's not.
I know the average.
It's not even 7. No, it's not.
I hope you research it.
Okay.
Wait, what did you say?
No, but
I said 5.
5. 5 inches?
I said 5 to average.
Okay.
It's not 6. So,
That's
see,
right.
y'all trying to judge. I'm telling y'all, man, why do you be lying on themselves?
5 1/4?
They are wild.
Anyone in the audience have an answer?
Listen,
He's right 4. Oh, the lady right here gets the prize.
Oh my God.
You hear her?
What she said?
She said 4 inches.
And what women like the most?
Take your shirt off.
No. Oh, damn.
Favorite line.
No.
That's okay.
No, some telling me that's not a good idea.
And wouldn't you believe it? Men have difficulties finding the perfect mate too. Listen as Quick the Poet describes how he wasn't good enough when actually he really was.
They say that experience is life's greatest teacher. And as far as relationship understanding, I've come to learn so much about companionship thanks to that incredible instructor who eventually taught me to see the truth. Because I know for a fact there would surely be no forever queen bee in I if it weren't for all of the previous truth and lie, trial and tribulation wars that at one period of time it plagued my life like a rare form of monogamy terminal cancer before I discovered the priceless living treasure of her. I remember back in the day when I finally got over my girl's icky stage and became an unknown Mr. Love Hall, writing love letters and poems just like Darius did. Right before Love Jones became an instant classic and hit back in '97. You see, just like him, I had so much love to give, but I couldn't understand or fathom for the life of me or why I couldn't find a solid girlfriend to save my life. I was told I was too dark, too skinny, showed love way too much, too early, and being too damn funny was a sign of weakness that would get me nowhere at all in life. Informed I needed to change my overly humble and loving ways if I wanted to find a solid girlfriend, more or less a future wife. So over my 9th grade, spring and summer, I hit the gym extremely hard like Arnold, made a few good and bad personality and attitude adjustments. And like an addict with a bad love for a bad habit, I became heavily addicted to riding emotional roller coasters. I incorrectly discovered from the misguidance and teachings of an ex-lover is that you should expect your significant other to eventually mess you over regardless of how much you love them. You should always be prepared to have to play chess with the value of their royalty. So after an unannounced visit to that ex-lover's apartment, I uncovered that all of the accusations and rumors were facts about her having another boyfriend, and that messy breakup left my heart severely broken. It shouldn't surprise anyone at all at this event why that quote, every action, it causes a reaction. It makes so much sense. Quite a few hearts were unintentionally broken on that long road to recovery due to my cause and interactions with the ex-lover. And for every broken heart, I'm responsible for leaving discarded like dead carcasses on a serial trail of reason that lead all the way back to my love life cemetery closet. I was never truly heartless. I will only interact with you all like the ex-lover taught me to be in order to be happy. And I'm sincerely sorry that you all became a necessary sacrificial pawn in an emotional game of recovery to positively recover who I used to be. And ultimately helped me capture my queen. After my last experience prior to Queen Bee, when I found myself fighting to survive the latest mental injury suffer from what you get when you choose to boomerang through an emotional roller coaster of women like a Marcus, playing around with a bunch of Christies, Avons, and Jacquelines, in search of an Angela's, when I finally took an honest look in the mirror and accepted the fact that people can only do to you what you allow them to do to you. And hurt people don't have to hurt people in order to heal. And from that very moment is when my full emotional recovery began. The moment that you discover that your relationship and interaction share with anyone is gone from that feeling of life invigoration to that Vivian Green realization that loving and interacting with that person ain't nothing healthy. It is time for you to get off that ride. It's never an issue that you can't. The question is always, will you listen to your experiences and exit that ride before it derails while you are on it? And it's too late.
Wow.
People are always nervous about what to discuss on a date. Practice small talk.
And I think also going back to issues with small talk, I think the reason people have problems with small talk is because it exposes our insecurities. We don't want to really go there. We want to keep the conversation superficial so we don't get into our real stuff.
Don't be afraid of intimacy and be confident when you're speaking. There are certain words you have to be able to speak, like Nubian Speakin.
As I breathe to inhale the goodness of you, my pussy detracts from this position to form this hypnotic voodoo. Reassuring aptitudes of wetness as it descends so that you can enter me. Exploring erotic pleasures as I close my eyes and indulge in this orgasmic sea. My walls creating comfort so that his dick can engorge as it please, and I quickly take sips of my breath. before it leaves. In my pores, you have eluded me with the essence of your scent, and now I am throbbing because now my clit is in the form of a different shape, causing havoc on those outer lips. My tongue wants to play tic-tac-toe at the tip of his head, but refuses to settle for less, so she interacts with that main vein, then rotate counterclockwise because, Daddy, you are blessed. And as you kissed me, my tongue explores the greatness of you, and now I am hyperventilating because it never, ever felt this good. Drowning in the sea of touching and biting, tongue wrestling and boning, and now I am groaning. Hell, I've been drunk before, but now I am moaning for the taste of its flavor, more soothing than a peppermint patty around my tongue. I inhale so that I can blow cool circles around the dick that I savor. So as he thrust his magnificent inventor to the back of my throat, my jaw expands so that I can catch him, and I'm sure to stay afloat. Tantalizing liquid flowing softly down the rams of my esophagus, interacting with that G-spot, sending messages like, damn, Nubian, look what he got for us. My mind is whirling and throbbing from the aching of my pussy, and I can't think straight from coming and drowning at the same time of this illusion. I try to fight, but breathing just ain't helping. So as my kegels grab hold of time spent, I swear I've been here before, but not quite seen the light. So I'm ready to take flight into you, grow feverishly into you while I wrap mountains of soft flesh around you, all the while detaching semen from you. What? Bounding in the midst of passion, you take hold of me, straight fornicating my equilibrium until I can see blood between the two of us, fighting past nirvana in our hush. Because the waves of ecstasy went straight to my head in a rush, and I could have sworn my heart stopped for a 2 milliliter of a second. Never in my wildest dream, I get to have his mind and his body, all the while singing that favorite tune by Erykah Badu. I guess I'll see you next lifetime. I'm gonna be there. Thank you.
Be there.
Positivity, energy, it all matters.
Never send out anything bad to another human being. Always send out love. And you'll find that things progressively will get better. And surround yourself with people of a like mind and who believe in love and solidarity and moving this world forward.
Yes.
Don't be boring, don't be mundane, spice it up a little bit.
But a lot of couples come to me and most of them are bored. Most of them are bored and they want to try this and try that. And I said, well, just go for it. And you know what? Just get over your fear and try to fulfill your fantasy.
From the beginning of dating to get acquainted until the end when you're in a serious relationship, communication is key.
Can I?
Absolutely.
In relationships, it gets hard, but sometimes you have to have a hard conversation. It might hurt, and you might hurt someone. No, I might tear up.
Go ahead, it's okay.
But you know, we experienced something, and it was a hard conversation. And I told my wife, I said, baby, it's a fucking conversation.
Right. Fucking conversation.
It's a fucking conversation. Right. Because we said it was a conversation, but you weren't listening. I wasn't listening.
Missed communication.
It was missed communication, and we didn't have the conversation. But when you have the conversation, and it's the fucking conversation, it's real. Because what you thought I was saying, that's what I wasn't saying that, and you missed it. But what I'm saying to you is what I fucking feel, and I need you to hear me. And now that it's all cleared up, I hear you, but you need to hear me. And it's the fucking conversation. Because people don't want to have the conversation, and it's really, really, really real. And it's what it is. And I hurt her, and I'm so sorry. And I would never, ever, ever do it again. But sometimes you gotta have the fucking conversation.
I promise you, in the end, God just wants us all to be happy.
You know, it may not be with what's going on, but you know, you have to be happy. God wants everyone to be happy.
God wants you to be happy.
Right. And a lot of people come to me saying, I want to do this, I want to do that, blah, blah. I said, then just try it. If it makes you happy, you know, this is what God wants you to be. He wants you to be happy.
Thanks for watching The Dating Game. I hope you had fun. I also hope that you learned some tips so that it makes dating a little less stressful for you. Dating doesn't have to be difficult, it doesn't have to be hard. Just remember to have fun and be yourself.